All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at Friday. Let's do it. Let's start with gold. Now with gold, yesterday, remember on the daily we had this zone here, okay, and that there, and we had a price target there. Let's do this. 2040, okay, and the market did slightly above. And yesterday I also warned you about sudden moves in the market. So if you read the comments yesterday, Astros, I said breakdowns, breakouts would happen, and that's the breakout there. So this is, as you can see, very choppy. Exactly, with the planets that I'm using, you can see these markets making volatile movements, as I've said it on numerous occasions. When the market does something crazy like this, I always mention it because, you can see it in the sky. Now here was great. Why? Because the market was low. And remember that 2012 was the weekly support, which we were on top of, all right, 53. So since Monday, that 2012 was on the cards. And to see it down here at Astro Hours, it was like, okay, that's the way to go, because you can have a really tight stop loss, and the market, as you can see, just swung up there nice and easy. Here, it was a bit tricky, because if I make this a little bigger, you can see these are still Astro Hours where the market is like, it's going to stop and obviously wants to turn, but there has been a sudden move here. But, I did say sudden moves are on the cards yesterday, and this is actually what happened. But once that fall happened, that was pretty much it. And then the market started to fall off. Now, yesterday I did say this is a situation where the market can break out. If it does, it will go up again. It's an impulse wave, as you can see, and then we've kind of done an ABC down, came down into that demand zone. There's still room to come down. We still want the market to push further down on gold. So we're going to go with the trend until that trend is proven otherwise, okay, because we should be coming back into this zone again, into that zone again. You can see those gaps there. We'll see. God knows when that will happen, but we're going to be on top of it. So today what you want to do is this. Now, as long as the market hasn't broken out, as you can see, we're still at resistance. That 49 level is 2034.90. So 2035. Let's bring that here. Okay, and as you can see, that's pretty much where the market bounced off today, all right? 2035.60. So this is a resistance level. Let me put up the Astro Hours for today so we can see them up and running. Just give me a few seconds here. And radio, here we are. So I've got the Astro Hours here. Now look, I am expecting breakouts in the market, so we have to be careful here, because this looks like it's going to highly likely break out. Now the cross here is it could be a fake breakout. Okay, this is why we've got a cross here, because it's like a question mark of a breakout. It's not a clean breakout like we'd like to see. On the weekly, we're bouncing off from here. There is no sign of a fake breakout on the weekly, so this weekly may still cause the market to go up, which is fine. So being long is not a bad idea at all. All right, so going long from here, if it comes back down again, going up is not a bad idea. Now, if we come back down again, you can see we've got room to push down in order to go up, okay? I don't see it coming all the way down there, which is 2018. It may not do that because it's already done it yesterday, but it's a PST level. That's 2018 is the PST level, all right? So we're going to keep that there. That's the weekly. If we do pull back down, you can go up. If it breaks above this 2035, goes above the high of yesterday, that's going to be a breakout. But what I'm saying is, the minute we break above this nice and clean, any pullback is good to go. So that 2040 and this level 49 is your zone, all right? 2035 to 40, okay? If the market doesn't break out, it's going to be a surprise for me. If we pull back, okay, we're going to break out, but I'm just thinking, if the market pulls back, then you have to be extra careful. Why? Because then we might break down. Okay, do you see what I mean? When I'm expecting a breakout, if we're at the resistance, we're like breaking upwards, we could do that. Or if we're going down, let's break down like here. all right? Because we're expecting breakouts yesterday, and look what happened. The market came down and then bang, breaks down. So we could have, if the market is down, then breaking a support is on the cards. If we're up here somewhere, then breaking the resistance is on the cards. So this is why these breakout hours are important, which I have noted in the comments in the Astro hours. So you got to use them well. But if we go up, okay, then 2050 is going to be a target up there. On the daily, we should like push further up if we get up there. And that's okay to sell later when we get up here if the market does. So yesterday was new moon. That's nice, okay, because this could be the beginning of a new start for us. It's the 11th. Also, if you take a look at your swing days, gold was Monday, Tuesday, Friday. That's Thursday. That's Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. All right. So Monday made a bit of a swing up, retest sweeping the stops yesterday. So that could push us up into Friday, which will make a swing high possible. Okay. That could be the way to go. So any pullback would be better for us to go up, but just make sure we're not expecting the breakouts afterwards. Okay. Right. Yes. On Thursday, that's how it was. Friday, this is how it is. So, yeah. Let's take a look at SP 500 on the daily. That was a good breakout. I said the breakout is a bit tricky. Now we understand it's a fake breakout. But I did say on the weekly, guys, this is a sell zone. So, we got to wait for a signal. We got to wait for a signal to show us that things can go, the other way. And as you can see, this is still not a decent sell-off. Okay, it just isn't. This 58 level, 4761, is going to be a support for the day. 4761 is there. All right, so the market, if it breaks below this, okay, then I wouldn't stand in front of it. Just wait to see what happens. But indices are tricky. Yesterday at Astro hours, this was an Astro hour, as you can see, sudden move up and then push down. And then again, this was an Astro hour, could have sold off there as well, all the way down here. And then from here, it just started to push up, as you can see. So if this selling pressure from yesterday continues today as well, then Friday is also a swing day for the indices, but this week has been a swing day pretty much every day for the indices. So Friday, Dow Jones and NASDAQ's a swing day, so we might see that. Now, Thursday was a swing day for SP 500. So at Astro hours, if you went for it, that was pretty good, as you can see. Swing days are working fine. And today, Friday as well. If we go back up somewhere again, selling might not be a bad idea from the highs of yesterday, from these levels yesterday, if it's an Astro hour, and then to push down. If there's a push down like this, then the retracement is good to sell off again, especially if we've got breakouts where the market could just keep breaking down. Okay, so but there's a breakout, you just need to be careful and follow the move appropriately when the price is at support or resistance. So with the SP 500, we can again attempt to sell any high the market goes up into in order to push it down. Got to be careful for this 4761 level. Now at the top here, this is the zone. So if you draw your levels like I did, you can see this is a nice sweep closing below. So selling is not a bad idea. I do it with a smaller lot size because this is still above that PST line. Okay, until we see a new setup, it's a bit tricky. What you can do is this. If you're using ATAM, you could do this. Okay. If the market touches that, you can sell off again. Okay, it's not a problem. You can sell off from there. Here's another PST trick if you're using your ATAM. Just draw the lines. Okay, just draw the lines here. Once you draw these lines, okay, these levels are going to be also resistance levels here. Okay, so that's how it is on the weekly. Like I said, this is a sell zone. So, you can just sit and wait for a sign where the market will reverse, because it's Friday. You don't want to muck around with it too much. Okay, so here we are, euro dollar daily. Now, this is, again, once I said, it's an impulse wave. This is a nice impulse wave down. As you can see, it's breaking that level, closing underneath it. This is a triangle move, so I want to sell it down at Astro Hours. Yesterday, I talked about that level. If you sold there, you should have been okay, because remember, we had that level there. Where was it? PST. What was that? 0993. On the daily, was it already there? I'm not sure. Okay, but that 56 obviously was done. Okay, and that 56 was 0991, 0991. The setup didn't change. So if you were following this yesterday, that would have been your zone. If you bought, you would have been in there. Okay, and that's that level there. Okay, that's the wick. Now, there's still that level, 10, 28, 10, 30. Why? Because of that, 60, 10, 28, as you can see, is a good buy kiss. On the daily, if we get there, 10, 11, 10, 42. All right, so this zone is still a bit tricky. We could maybe push up a little bit more into 10, 11, that LCL1 blue line. 10, 11, these levels are good to sell off. Okay, 10, 11, bring that into 42. Put a 10, 11 there. 10, 11 is right there. All right. So the market has got a bit of room to push up again. If it does, selling again is not a bad idea, because that's the setup after the impulse wave here. All right. So going back up, like I did say, we've got a bit of a gap here. This is why we had that 1050 from yesterday. But that 1050 zone, that 1042 can also be the thing. So just pushing up slightly a little bit more in order to sell off is possible. So be mindful. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. So with the euro dollar as well, like, you can also buy at 48 if it comes down into 1.0944. So if it like dips down at an Astro hour, you can buy to go up. But if it goes up first, you can then sell off. Here we're a bit in the middle of nowhere. All right, but we're looking to sell off. Okay, so we're like wanting to go down once this gap is also closed. This is why this level at 1040, 1050 zone, I think it was, here is like important. Here as well, let's take a look. That's your Dow Jones, bang, good sell off there. Good sell off there. Again, Astro hours sold off, retest, sell off. So on the daily, where are we at? It's a little tricky. It made that PSD level, look, 68 there. It made that PSD level yesterday. It's weird. It's just PSD levels working, as you can see all the time. So once again, there's divergence here a little bit. If the market goes up, we can still, I think, sell off. As you can see, the market going sideways. There's room to come down, but there's no sign of a reversal yet. So you might want to sit tight and wait. We need to break below this and close below this. Okay. But if you want to sell off, next week is also good, because I'll tell you why. Because I have done a bit of a work on next week, and that's like, it'll give us a good opportunities planet-wise to find like good swings next week. So you can either chill out or like I said, let's see on the monthly as well, because there's like a breakout here. It's a bit tricky. We can just wait for a reaction, I guess. It's a bit too far at the top for me to be buying. I rather sell, and we've done that PST, so daily is looking not too bad. If we break above that, that's 77, 76, going all the way into 38, 200, which is like way up there. Okay, so it's a bit insecure. All right, I'd just rather wait for this a little bit and see how things pan out. Okay, we can also make an adjustment here to this. Okay, and see how this pans out. The market goes up here. It's just possible. Okay, and it's Friday. Really not my day of trading. If you want to buy, you can at 59.37.573. I do it with a small lot size, 37.573 is there. All right, so if it comes down into an Astro hour, it's doable. Other than that, I wouldn't muck around with it. If you're using ATAM, just try to do your trading like yesterday, right on the line, bang, bang. It's pretty amazing. And when it matches your Astro hours as well here, like it did here on the Astro hour, then just swing with it. It's just good to go. With a tight stop loss, you could have just put the stop loss underneath there as well. It's just good to push up. So a bit tricky on the indices, guys. We'll have to sit tight and wait. On the daily, on NASDAQ, I talked about this level yesterday. As you can see, the market fell off from there twice. Okay, why 16,896? Okay, that was not the PST, but let me see. That was a PST. I think it was on the weekly. Yep, that was it on the weekly. 68. Okay, you can see that 16. 9, and let me just get rid of this. There. Okay. 68.45, 16,941. And that's your 16,941 here, pretty much. All right. So this zone, and we had this level 16,896. That must have been a PST level as well from somewhere. All right. Maybe the daily. Maybe it was a daily. Not sure. Okay. But pretty much on there, closing the gap. It's not a bad spot now, actually, to reverse. Why? Because we've done that PST, we've done the retracement, we've done the sweep, and we've got a sign the market had a sell-off yesterday. So, selling again at these levels is not a bad idea. And also yesterday I said this is a sell zone. So at Astro hours, selling here was logical. And if you did so, you should have made a killing and it should have been all good. Other than that, I don't have any other solution for this. Any pull-up, retracement, wherever you can sell at these levels where the market pushed down before, you can go to a 15-minute chart and just trade it off there. If we go up into an Astro hour here, it's just, I think it's okay to sell at these zones here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Once again, Bitcoin right there, right on the PST. Yesterday, I talked about that PST. If you're going to nail it on the PST. If you're going to sell it, if you did so, well done. Okay, well done. Because that's just how it is. The PST works. So these levels are high levels. You don't want to be buying there. You're buying either down here, okay, or you got to wait. If it breaks down on the retracement, you can sell off. Now today, once again, 71 is 48,723, and your first support is 55, which is 45,190. So if we go below 45,190, you got to target that 46, which is 43,570. Okay, so you got to target down there. 43,570 is probably going to be around here somewhere. Still not really good enough for us if it doesn't break these lows. Okay, there is a lot of buying pressure as well, but I wouldn't be buying at the tops here. It's just not my style. If I want to buy, I'll buy it back again if it retraces down here. Personally, I don't trade cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, but if I was to do so, I'd be waiting for the gaps to fill, ready for these gaps to fill and then buy off. And that should actually bring us down. It should bring us down into the 30s and possibly even the 20s because of these huge gaps here. Okay, so we'll see how things pan out. That should be the situation. Okay, so no buying here. If you want to do so, do it at the lows.